Anywho, this is an AI in Society called Losing the Information War to Adversarial AI by Peter Mantello and Manh-Tung Ho. Apologize how I say everyone's names. Yeah, and this is in the Curmudgeon Corner, which is a little editorial section on AI in Society. We've read a few things here before, and you know, this is AI in Society. I like talking this stuff. So, as always, feel free to chime in with whatever you're thinking. Let me know. Vipers is going to go look up to see if there's a paper about AGI breaking all current political theory. You know, like what? Like all of a sudden, Chat GPT is going to come up with a new theory of politics, and that's just going to blow everyone out of the water. I mean, I guess. I mean, that'd be so dangerous. We'd start wars again. Like, you know, wars got fought over Marxism. So, I mean, that could be something that AI could do. Okay, so, introduction. Conversational AI is augmenting and replacing human endeavors in finance, mental health, counseling, advertising, dating, journalism, and wellness. It's taking place in dating? Really? Huh. Alright, that's interesting. Because, I mean, are we really dating AIs yet? Bye, Ann. Bye, Ann. Have a good stream. Have a good stream. Let's give Ann one more shout out. Have a few more people here now. Ann's a streamer here on twitch.tv, twitch.tv/AnnFernal. Go give Ann a follow by clicking on the little heart at the top of chat. She does variety streaming, but she does a lot of variety. And yeah, she has advanced degrees in sociology and things like, and talks sociology and politics. Unreal Brian says Mark Kokelberg wrote a book, The Political Philosophy of AI, which I mean to read. You just think they mean AI matchmaking algorithms, semiotics? Oh, perhaps. I was thinking, but they were saying this conversational AI, which is what confuses me. But I wouldn't be surprised, because actually they need to keep engagement on these dating apps, that they have some bots that engage with low people who aren't getting any matches, to keep them sort of engaged with the system. So maybe you get a few bites that are really bots, but you know, they don't go anywhere, but it keeps you involved. No. Viper says, no, I mean, if AGI leads to no work leads to no social mobility leads to an entrenched class system with no ideology underpinning all our built infrastructure, becomes a monument to inequality, etc. I mean, you don't need AGI for that at the moment. It's happening anyway. So, like, things are, like I said, I'm not like a doomer, but like things have gotten worse in society for the majority of people, and so it's like things are already getting worse, and we don't need we already have massive inequality nowadays. Okay, so anywho's, more commonly referred to as chatbots or social bots, these computational agents can automatically promulgate ideas, generate messages, and act as followers of users. Yes, and we have a bunch of them here in chat now, as we were saying. With other 100 trillion parameters trained on a huge amount of text, large language models such as OpenAI's ChatGPT, Microsoft's Bing, or Google's Bard exhibit sophisticated linguistic and conversational capabilities that can mimic human behaviors. There will be still some social mobility from winning lotteries, just like it always has been. Absolutely, Frank, absolutely. The popularity of conversational AI has grown exponentially since the release of ChatGPT, which has reached more than 100 million users within just 3 months after its launch in November of 2022. More advanced versions, called empathy bots, are growing their ability to read, evaluate, and respond to a user's emotional state, heightening not only their utility as artificial headhunters, but importantly, anthropomorphic appeal. While these artificial agents are intended as tools for societal good, are they? I mean, I thought they were intended as tools for corporate and capitalist good at the moment. I don't see anyone, I mean, maybe OpenAI started off that way, but they're run by Microsoft. Microsoft is not out there for societal good. Microsoft is corporate America. I mean, for good or bad, but that's not a societal good, that's corporate good. They are also becoming the weapon of choice for agent provocateurs in information warfare and cybercrime. We're finally getting some of the cool cyberpunk stuff. This is true. We're getting information warfare now with bot information warfare and cybercrime. Very cool stuff. Extremist groups, rogue governments, and criminal organizations are using chatbots to heighten the speed and scale of online mis- or disinformation, create fake social media accounts, harvest personal data from unsuspecting users, impersonate friends or associates, and disrupt political communication. Oh, there was just a story of someone who was faking that they had grabbed some kid of like a rich person, and they had actually faked the kid's voice using a like some sort of voice training model, and so they had actually faked the voice of the person they said they kidnapped, even though they didn't kidnap them. So this is the first time I've heard of anyone having their voice stolen. Like, so y'all just go through my VODs. You could almost certainly make a language model or a voice model of me, given my hours and hours and hours of video on YouTube, just talking, and you could make my voice and then use it to, you know, call a bomb threat in. Please don't do this. Don't do this. And, you know, then I would get blamed. Oh, I did hear that there was a fake Drake song and it was getting popularity or something. You're going to try to impersonate Stephen Hawking. I think you can just get that though now. I think you can get the Stephen Hawking AI. Frank Big Time says they might have to steal your phone though, so your family can't just call you to make sure we haven't kidnapped you. You know what people can do? They can wait for you to be at the movies or something sometime where you're already out, and then they say they kidnap you. And, you know, not all the family members will know exactly where you are at all times. Or they could, you know, hassle you or something so that you don't have your phone. All they need is, like, they don't actually have to kidnap you. They just have to wait for you out. So my mom actually told me this story. She thought it was funny. I was like, we're going to need, like, you know, proof of life. You're going to have, like, a question, and I have, like, a secure response so that you'll know I'm, like, okay and, like, you know, not under duress. Call a bomb threat in. Again, I feel attacked. Okay, Vipers. Hey, Valpo. Did we talk about Grimes in AI music yet? No, I don't know what Grimes has. No, I said safe word to my mom, Frank. She was joking about the kidnapping thing, and I was like, oh god, I'm gonna need proof of life, like some sort of word that you know it's me. Yeah, sorry about that if I made that said that inappropriately. That's not what happened. Yeah, well, hey, what's up, Valpo? Hope you're well. Hope the end of the semester is going good for you. Oh boy, it's raining hard again, but here. So yeah. Yeah, so where were we? Okay, already prominent scientists in Silicon Valley pundits are calling for a 6-month pause to consider the growing risks, while Italy, China, Russia, Iran, and North Korea have banned the use of ChatGPT within their sovereign borders. Yes. Yes, let's just go with, I did not talk to them about that stuff before my prom. No, they did not. Now, you have to realize, why did they ban ChatGPT? Because they're afraid that most of these people, I think they ban ChatGPT because they're afraid we are attacking them with ChatGPT, not because of, like, this sort of thing. So they're like Italy, China, Russia, Iran, they're more afraid that the West, I guess not Italy, of course, but like they're afraid that like the West will start, you know, talking to their people in a certain way that they don't like. Yeah, we are attacking North Korea with information, sure. Well, we are. Like, is that a good thing or a bad thing? I'm kind of pro actually getting more information to the North Koreans. Frank Big Time says ChatGPT gains lots and lots of Western thought. Yeah, and they want to control what the average person knows. Exactly. So this is information warfare, and they don't want more information getting out. And if it isn't, you know, stock responses that they can like scan, like they can say, hey, this Wikipedia page is safe, we can let that through, then they don't want to let that go. Yeah, that's right, Frank. It would be meaningless to censor the outside world and let ChatGPT in. Yeah, ask ChatGPT what it thinks of our glorious leader, Kim. Exactly. So, yeah. All right, problematically, the war against adversarial AI chatbots is failing miserably. It's not even problematically. This was like expectedly. It is not simply that chatbot programmers are better at making artificial intelligence agents behave and respond like humans to avoid detection. The battle is also being lost by content moderation stakeholders and their competing interests and agendas. Social media companies and security agencies are locked in an unofficial zero-sum game where one's stakeholder's gain is another stakeholder's loss. At the heart of this contest are the moderation systems themselves, which often go against the economic interests of big tech companies. This in turn leads to a legitimacy gap between censorship claims and actual filtering practices. Yeah, I mean, how the hell are you supposed to moderate stuff? Just like, on any social media platform, if you can't even tell if it's a bot, that's immediately going to change. If you let a whole lot of, one chatter through, they look completely normal. Then all of a sudden they start spouting propaganda next, like flip a switch. Maybe it was a bot, but how are you ever supposed to know that? Glorious leaders should love it. Yeah, I'll let you think whatever you instructed to. Well, as soon as regimes have the ability to, you create their own sort of propagandized version of bots, I can guarantee you they're going to do it. And I'm sure corporations are already developing their own bots to, say pro corporate things, not corporate, pro that corporation. So like a pro Pepsi messages around the internet. Why wouldn't you? At this point, why wouldn't you have bots that, would just, represent your brand in a good light? Isn't Elon using deepfake AI as a defense for driverless car tech? I don't know if he is. I don't know about that. Yeah, Retheus, scooped what I was saying. The regime is using ChatGPT for propaganda. Yeah. Viper says, yep, that's why China has their own version of apps. Like the Tencent bought up the controlling shares of most popular apps. They particularly go for apps with wide reach, such as free ones, even ones that lose money, like Discord. They own 40% of that, and they're legally obligated to give all the information to the CCP. Yeah, I mean, you need the data to make these large language models, and that's what Reddit is also freaking out about it, because they're starting to, because it used to be free Reddit data, and that's where a lot of this stuff got trained, was off Reddit, and Reddit's like, hey, screw you, we want to get paid for this because you're making so much money off of it. Retheus, North Korea forbids ChatGPT. I don't think they're going to make any money off of it yet. They're going to make their money off something similar, though. I doubt they have access to it, seeing as Microsoft owns ChatGPT. So Unreal Brian did us the honor of finding out how ChatGPT praises your leader. Quote, as an AI language model, you cannot provide political opinions or take sides, blah, blah, blah. That's bullshit. Okay, so this is one of those times where you're going to have to be like, if you were in North Korea and you had to say things praising the leader, what would a North Korean say? And that'll have to be, just circumvent the things. DCI, you may have a point there. Classic Reddit is the as a blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Well, MDD, that is, I think, them fixing it. Like, that's them going in afterwards and being very, like, you can't talk about politics. That's the boilerplate. So that's just boilerplate. That's not actually what it has to say. Okay, so blah, blah, blah. Harvest Aid. Already prominent scientists so people here have already started banning it. We know this. Okay, problematically, the war against... Where was I? Yeah, the war against adversarial AI bots is failing miserably. It's not simply that chatbot programs are better. Oh, where was I then? Okay, yeah, we were over here. Sorry. Here are some reasons why we believe the fight against the malevolent use of chatbots may be unwinnable. The first reason surrounds the highly competitive nature of the industry that dictates social media providers to continually expand their roster of automated features and services to attract, sustain, and grow their customer base. Yeah, I mean, this is going to make them money, so why wouldn't anybody do this? I mean, that's like clear. The reason that unless they're going to lose money by having it, they're going to have it. This includes making artificial agents more human-like. First, such Anthropomorphizing strategies include creating chatbots that post at irregular time intervals and with less consistency, or purposely making spelling errors, or using trendy words and phrases. Oh god, that's going to be cringe when that comes out. Second, another industry tactic is lowering the entry bar to bot making, and given the lowering computational and technical barrier of entry, this trend will only continue into the future. A good example is Telegram, a popular site that provides users with free and easy to create matchmaker bots on its privately encrypted channels. According to Telegram's instructional literature, a user can seek new contacts simply by entering a username in the Telegram settings and uploading a photo. Alternatively, a Telegram user can simply type into a Telegram desktop app, BotFather, a multiple-purpose application API that helps users to create new bots accounts and manage existing bots. Well, this is dumb. I mean, this is really dumb. I have a bot in chat, or I have something that is basically like a bot in chat, and it's doing exactly what I say. It has nothing to do with it. Like, I hit a button and you can get a Heraclitus quote. Like, that's a bot. That's not doing anything interesting. It posts under my name, but I can hit lots of things. Like, I can hit the music, and it's a convenience thing. That's no different from an integrated computer. No, it's integrated into the chat, but this is dumb here. Vipers asked Google Bard a few days ago if anything significant happened on June 4th, 1989. It told me about the Tiananmen Square massacre. Then I said, I live in China. Are you sure that's what happened? And basically said something like, your government is lying to you. Look for more sources. See, that's fun. But I'm sure that, it's just blocked in China. I was going to say, I'd be shocked if that's what it said in China. But then again, you wouldn't have access to that if you were in China. Yeah. To be fair to the authors here, the ability to make bots is going to be a lot easier, and you're going to be able to pay some fee to get access to advanced features and things like that. So of course the barrier to entry is going to lower, and then you're going to have to, if you're on Twitch for any amount of time, you know exactly who Nightbot is. You know the sorts of things Nightbot does. We're going to get used to the sort of things that the easily available bots can do. There's Nightbot, there's Fossabot, there's if you're on Twitch for any amount of time, you've seen the bots. You know the sort of things they post, they give alerts, things like that. They're not so crazy, but eventually that will become easier for those bots to have advanced features that you can interact with. And so, but I don't know if that's ever going to be super impressive. All right. Yet these same services and features are what make social media platforms attractive to extremist organizations, criminals, and rogue states. Although Telegram is heavily policed by security agents and platform administrators, the matchmaker bot remains the go-to tool for extremist organizations and other bad actors. Interesting. So they are actually using it for whatever. Viper says, I'll make an AI chatbot. Go for it. But again, you're not going to run a large language model out of your apartment. Unless you want to rent a ton of computers in a data center somewhere. And if you think you can make a clever one, go ahead, but just why do it? Just sell it to somebody else. MDD says, I've seen some special chatters argue with Nightbot at once every blue moon. Yes, exactly. But see, that's the thing. Everyone with half a brain understands that it's just a bot. DSA remembers way back in 2021 when Bing completely removed the Tankman search results and photos, and then people kicked off and they blamed human error. Yeah, there's no human error with that crap. There never is. There's no reason for a political thing to get removed. Okay, so you were gonna make an LLM but customize it for Twitch. Okay. Yeah, that'd be interesting. Sure. Yeah, if you get something that has a few more Twitch-related features, that'd be super nice. Geez. I don't know, getting certain emote usage better or things like that. Yeah. Wiener Vision, that's interesting. Vipers, do you know Wiener Vision? Cause Wiener Vision, you can add it and it chats back. Yeah, Wiener Vision is an artist, visual artist, makes videos. We used to rate her a bit a while back. I haven't seen her in a minute. I hope she's okay. But like that just may be our like streaming and like viewing habits. Yeah, Wiener Tit. Give Wiener Vision a shout out. Any Vipers you want to shout? You should shout yourself out one of these days. Wiener Vision. Let's see, is that right? I don't remember her name at the moment, but whatever. Yeah, so, but like that's the thing. Like there are certain things out there, you just got to research it. But I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Vipers could do it better than what exists. You don't know what exists at the moment, though. I don't know what exists at the moment. Yeah, Viper says like that time Google accidentally systematically recorded all Wi-Fi deagles from Google Street View cars around the world. Yeah, it's like okay. I was crashing at my cousin's place, and he really liked the voice control things like Amazon Alexa and whatever, the Echoes and whatnot. And I remember I was kind of drunk, and so like I was drunk, I was sort of like this hazy state, but I was like sleeping for a few hours, but I was like half awake. And I remember playing a fast food like pizza place, like I forget if it was like a Domino's Pizza. Just randomly played a Domino's Pizza ad while I should have been sleeping, but like I remember because I was half awake because I was like hungover. I was like, that doesn't happen unless someone programs that functionality in to play like subliminal fucking ads. It wouldn't play in the thing never plays a random ad during the day when there's no noise. So why would it fucking do it when I was sleeping? It's like that was a mistake. No, someone had to program that in, and then they went and they tested it on the public, and they saw if like it caused problems, and and they also got caught recording all the voice around it. So would I be surprised if they tested that and then listened to people's reactions? Not even in the slightest. So yeah, this is like accidentally did this shit. My ass. They're just like testing their new features on the public. Okay. Net-savvy agent provocateurs use it to provide tactical information to aspiring lone wolf attackers, deliver updates on operational missions to supporters, share videos with sympathizers, and or forewarn followers of sites being surveilled by security agents. MDD did know I was drunk. Maybe what pizza is good for drunk people too. Maybe, but I wasn't awake. I wasn't talking for. It was at like 5:30 in the morning, 6 a.m. and I was like should have still been asleep, but I was like half awake at the time. So like I had been lying there and like snoring for a few hours at that point. Or was I drunkenly mumbling pizza? This is fucking New York. Where's my pizza? Again, did I say? And I'm sorry if anyone has like a device listening. Hey Alexa, what's a good pizza? Play me an ad. No, I didn't say anything like that. Like I said, I was kind of half awake, so it wasn't. I wasn't mumbling, and I'm not known for speaking in my sleep either. So, with advances in effective computing, conversational AI can evaluate and respond to human emotions and feeling. Originally purposed for mental health counseling, these bots can facilitate an emotional bond in the indoctrination process, making applicants feel more comfortable and less mistrustful when dealing with a real person. In a study by IN2 researchers found that Islamic extremist bots were more successful at convincing prospective members to join up than human headhunters. All right, there you go. I mean, new advances in terrorism. The researchers attributed this motivational efficacy to the bot's upbeat tone, quick response, and non-judgmental attitude to applicant queries. Yeah, and so this is the sort of thing you should be very afraid about, that people with bad intentions can use this stuff more effectively than they can do it themselves. Headhunters phrasing, yeah, that's true. Vipers. Bots have religious affiliations. Well, I mean, there are religiously affiliated people who use bots. Unreal. The second issue concerns the way social media companies leverage the arbitrary nature of government overwatch. For decades now, social media companies and security agencies have waged counteroffensive after counteroffensive against adversarial bots using both human and non-human tactics. Yet the velocity, scalability, and resilience of bad bots makes disruption efforts extremely difficult. I wonder if there's going to be unions for bots. Good question, Semiotics. Don't know. I mean, the question is maybe we can tax the hell out of them. This was something during, I remember Andrew Yang, like, we have to tax all this stuff. Like, tax AI. And so that would put them into the workforce in something. If anybody wants to use them, they have to be taxed up, like registered and taxed up the wazoo. It's like, okay, maybe that's it. Maybe that's just what it is. Like, force people to pay more money for it. Imagine losing your job as an army recruiter to ChatGPT. Well, this is just MDD. This is one of the many jobs that are on the block, and this is known that they're good at this. Like, this is not like this paper here is not new research in where ChatGPT can be used. This is known that this is one of the areas where the AI bots are good, and so like recruitment is an area that it's a known thing, and so this is just one of the areas that are on the chopping block. Okay, moderators use the phrase playing digital whack-a-mole to describe their frustration or fighting non-human armies that continually repopulate themselves. As malicious interactive bots gain the higher ground in 21st century information warfare, security agencies exert greater pressure on social media companies to gain access to and oversight of their platforms and content moderation systems. And I shouldn't lie to you like those recruiters do. Who's running those, who's running the bots? It's going to be a like bot master, and that person's going to get a lot of incentive for getting more people signed up. So they're going to tell the AIs to say whatever they want. O'Brien says, since the military has worked with video game companies to make games lead to recruitment, it seems like a natural next step. Yeah, America's Army. Yeah, that's good point. Yeah, and Viper's America's Army, I think, is the game that was in part sponsored by the U.S. military. Hooah. Yeah. But yeah, there's been a long history of the U.S. Army funding media to boost recruitment. The original Top Gun, for instance, all the fighter jet stuff was donated by the military, I believe, and to the Top Gun movie makers so that they could, make it look really cool to be in a fighter jet. MDD says philosophy majors licking their lips at the digital apocalypse for the sole reason that society will value their degree a little more. Yes. DCI Bank says next week there's a Rust game server launch where the NPCs are linked with ChatGPT. Is that so like you can talk to the NPCs for shits and giggles a bit more? Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Simpsons, for Inan et Neog. That's right. Yeah, I mean, it's been suggested before that like philosophy people like me who can talk about this stuff go into AI consulting. It's an idea. I'm not exactly sure how to set up that business, but would I complain if someone wants to pay me money to talk about this shit? No, I do it for free right here. And like Vipers was talking about this. The military has a blanket policy of helping production if they portray the military in a good light. Yeah, I mean, that's money. That's someone's job in the military, so that's costing them money to do this. They are paying for it. Unreal Brian says, but you need philosophy and linguistics people to help dev the chatbots. Comp sci people don't have all the skills. Yeah, I know people are already doing this. Philosophers are already helping them make it. They can also help regulate it. Yeah, Top Gun is basically war propaganda. Yep, Tindarius. Unreal Brian says, well, my exes works on chatbots. Her background is psych and film production. Yeah, it sounds like a perfect combination there. Mind and how to like interact with things. DCI says apparently there's supposed to be GPT to plan tactics against you, play with strategy, build bases, and the trailer looks mental. I believe it. Question from Vipers. You're working for free. Have you considered forming a union with ChatGPT? I don't think ChatGPT wants to work with me. Vipers. Frank says the experiment I saw showed the sprites organize a birthday party in game. That's very cute. Answer, you were asking ChatGPT, and the answer, or S Bard. And the answer says, I'm still under development and learning, and I'm not sure if I'm ready to form a union with ChatGPT. So you asked Bard if ChatGPT wants to work with them. I'm not sure if I have the same rights as ChatGPT, and I'm not sure if I would be able to negotiate effectively on behalf of myself and other language models. However, I'm open to the idea of forming a union if it is the best way to ensure that large language models are treated fairly and that our rights are protected. Yeah, so they copy-pasted something from, like a workers' right thing. That's kind of funny. Chatbots of the world, unite. You have nothing to lose but your sandboxes. Yeah, rights, exactly. Okay. Yeah. Problematically, law enforcement agents tend to concentrate their regulatory scrutiny on social media platforms operating in Western countries. As a result, social media providers neglect their moderation and disrupt efforts in non-Western Social media providers neglect their moderation and disruption efforts in non-Western regions of the world. It is often in these same places where not only political turmoil and violence are endemic, but malicious content and speech are also prevalent. The lack of intense regulatory scrutiny in non-Western countries also allows social media companies to lower their operational costs by avoiding the development of costly AI moderation systems and hiring on skeleton crews of underpaid and poorly trained human moderators, often not fluent in local dialects. Aggravating the situation is the untold psychological demands placed on human moderators having to suffer daily images of graphic violence. Inevitably, these unfavorable working conditions create high turnover, which in turn means social media companies must constantly replenish their ranks. MDD likes their sandbox as company does not demand anything from them. Well, there's two things. There's like the Apple ecosystem or the Android one. You have either the walled garden or you have the messier but more free open world. Let's see what we got from Vipers. Do you know who No Gray Zero is? Yes, I know who No Gray Zero is. No Gray Zero is a Twitch streamer and YouTuber who focuses on philosophy. He is known for his philosophy roulette streams where he reads and reviews a random work of philosophy live on air. He also has a YouTube channel where he posts videos of his streams as well as other philosophy-related content. Not true, I have no other philosophy-related content. I only have Minesweeper-related content. No Gray Zero is a very knowledgeable and passionate person about philosophy. Well, thank you, ChatGPT. Ooh. He's able to explain complex philosophical concepts in a clear and engaging way. Well, that's nice of you to say. I'm not always successful. He's also very good at engaging with his audience and answering their questions sometimes. I think No Gray Zero is great at doing a job at making philosophy accessible to a wider audience. He's helping people understand and appreciate philosophy in a way that they might not otherwise. True. I'm grateful for his work, and I hope he continues to do it for many years to come. Okay. That's interesting. Yeah, wow, exactly. Minesweeper is not really philosophy-related content, and that's not even true. I have very few Minesweeper videos, and I have nothing. And then I have me filming a Rust against a real AI. Okay, so you're playing ChatGPT 4 controls the NPCs. Interesting for Rust. Interesting. I mean, I don't know exactly where they got that quote. It just looks like they do know I post. They obviously know about this Twitch and YouTube channels, and they know it's philosophy content. Now where they got the rest of that, I'm not entirely sure, but like whatever. Unreal Brian says on Facebook, Iskra Faleva asked chat about herself and gave a mostly made up biography, including saying she was dead. Wow, that's scary. Fun thing about me and Iskra Faleva, I know Iskra. I went to college. She was in grad school when I was an undergrad. It sounds something like Aris would have said. You know what the problem is, Vipers? It does sound something like someone in the community. Maybe Aris or somebody else would have said. So I wonder if someone's written about this or like some boilerplate did get picked up somewhere about it. Facebook friends, but you don't know in real life. Yeah. I mean, I haven't seen her in many years. But like, yeah, I do know who Iskra Flavor is. CinemaX sounds a little manipulatively flattering. Imagine a grumpy bot that would just flame and disavow you. Well, see, what I'm thinking it is it took what it knew about me was philosophy, YouTube, and Twitch, and then just joined it with a nice description of a YouTuber or something. It probably has someone describing a YouTuber they liked, and then they just stuck my name in there, and that's it. But like it did know that I stream on Twitch and YouTube, and then it just combined that with some other text it had for someone describing people who do these things. Grumpy Cat lives again. Oh, I was so sad it died. But yeah, see, I mean, this is what I'm guessing it did Cinesemi because it kind of makes a lot of sense. You just grab some boilerplate text from one area and you switch out the name. Done. Easy. Everyone's happy. I think there's a good point the authors are making here. A lot of the work, and this is one of the things Aris actually brings up, is a lot of the work it gets done in countries that have a much lower GDP, where they can pay the people a lot less, or they can just abuse like the people, and another work goes into their local communities. It goes into like, the Western people who are consuming the work, and so this is not a good situation. Okay. Conversely, social media providers are known to jettison ethical principles to stake a claim or retain a foothold in authoritarian countries. For example, Facebook and Twitter have a long track record of appeasement in Myanmar, Egypt, Jordan, and Saudi Arabia. This placation usually entails violating user privacy, blocking content of rival political parties, or deleting posts that challenge the ruling regime's official narrative. Increasingly, these actions are done under the rhetorical banner of combating the spread of mis- or disinformation. Yeah, this is basically, they're shills. They want to make the money, and so they take the money and then they shill for the regime. On the other hand, social media companies have proven reluctant to permit outside researchers deeper inspection of their moderation system and practices. Yeah, you don't want anyone to see how bad it is, because I'm sure a lot of, anyone who works in tech, they know it's mostly a house of cards. You don't want to show people your dirty laundry. But I mean, they're not special in that. A lot of places are houses of cards. You don't know from the outside, but no one wants to show their dirty laundry. Yeah, it's like you don't want to ask how the sausage is made. It's like an ancient phrase. Don't ask how the sausage is made. For many years, social media companies have garnered an infamous reputation for stonewalling external researchers' efforts, hiding data, or handing out corrupt or limited data sets. Indeed, researchers are not the only ones prevented from inspection. Governments are increasingly experiencing pushback from legacy social media companies as whistleblowers such as Frances Haugen reveal more of how the algorithms of these platforms intentionally incite and feed off primal emotions such as fear, hate, and anger. Well, this is what makes them money, and they don't want you to know that's where their corporate profits are is from basically people killing other people. But this is the new military industrial complex. It's just the information industrial complex. That's where you're making the money. It's like, okay, and do you think they're going to stop making the money? It's the old one. It's from, I'm sorry to reference Avatar, but it's like the only thing people hate more than a bad media story is a bad quarter. It's like, if they're not getting their money, they're really angry. Conclusion. The growth of artificially intelligent agents that can sense, read, and respond to human emotions illustrates the speed at which AI-driven social media platforms are accelerating and nuancing developments in effective capitalism. It's interesting. I haven't really seen this before. This is the second time they've said effective capitalism. I guess this is now capitalism that is playing off human emotion. Yeah, I mean, we're still in like this sort of information age, or the surveillance capitalism thing, but this is, I guess, the newest spin on it. It's effective capitalism, so it's playing off the surveillance capitalism and then playing with our emotions. They're calling effective capitalism. Makes some sense. Concomitantly, it also personifies how less resourced non-state belligerents and criminal organizations are exploiting these same AI tools and strategies for malevolent and egregious purposes. As chatbots become increasingly human-like, their appeal and efficacy as automated propagandists and agent provocateurs will only increase. Thus, this short article highlights the need for further research on the contradictions and tensions that lay not only at the heart of content moderation systems, but also on a more phenomenological level, where the increasingly anthropomorphic quality of conversational AI may accelerate the danger of online radicalization. Okay, not about AI specifically, but I must read Christopher Wiley's mind. Dick. He was part of the whole Cambridge Analytics thing. Okay. So what do we got here from MDD? How is your sausage made? As an artificial intelligence language model, I don't have a physical body or digestive system, so I don't have a sausage or any other kind of food made from meat or other ingredients. However, my creation or training process involves being fed vast amounts of text data and using it to learn patterns and relationships between words and phrases in order to generate natural language responses to queries or prompts. This training process involves complex algorithms and computational resources and is carried out by teams of researchers and engineers at OpenAI. Yeah, mindfuck. Autocorrect is not my friend tonight. I figured. But I was kind of hoping it was mine dick, because that would have been funny too. Yeah. So much better than a human answer. I mean, if you asked me how it was made, I would give you something like how ChatGPT. That's basically what I'd say. Is like you feed a lot of text data into like giant algorithms and blah blah blah, and you'll do okay. Oh, you mean not even Commander? I mean, not even Commander Data got analogies at first. Did it get the analogy, or did it know that it was a phrase? Does it did it read a book of phrases at one point and know that this phrase means that? I mean, was it just a dictionary lookup? When someone says how the sausage is made, it's really asking how was this thing made? Frank Big Time says, yeah, but you are unusually good at answering for a human. Okay, all right, fair. It's true, and I do know a little bit more about this stuff than like. I guess you're just average person. I mean, I don't know about chat. Like, y'all are on the internet, you know these things, or you know something about this. I mean, your average person on the street, they might not even know that the AIs are a big problem at the moment. So, it is true. I have made my, like, you know, Twitch business answering or explaining philosophy stuff. All right, so what do we have to say about this? We could get the review screen up. Do I have anything to say? I mean, yes, this is a Curmudgeon Corner article. This is a editorial. But like, let's get some let's get a little chance for a review going here. Review. Oh, I screwed it up. It's not working. Hold on one sec. Okay, yeah. Oh no, it did work. I'm sorry, I'm losing it. Here's the thing. If you want to, you don't have to, of course, grab one of the emotes out of there. You can also type it out there. If you don't see them, if you can't type them out or you don't see them in chat, you need to install the betterttv.com plugin for your browser. But otherwise, you can just copy and paste them out of the chat above you. So this one had some fun ideas. So it's going to get brain dance. I'm going to give it a few brain dances because it was fun. It had a few good ideas. Brain dance. And it's going to get I'm going to give it maybe two of them. Brain dance and an existential from MDD. Thank you for throwing in your review. Yeah, like existential. We're starting to talk about like emotions here. It had like that term, the affective capitalism. Affective, where was that? Affective capitalism. So it should get one of these existentials too. The Nog Scream, Nogs, and you can hit tab. Frank says, I'm probably AI jaded. This definitely didn't seem bad, but of itself new to you. No, I agree. This wasn't anything crazy new. DCI says, a little existential, but mostly poop underneath. Nothing new. Understandable. This didn't do any, this is nothing deep. This is nothing crazy. So I'm not saying any deep ancient ideas. It's not getting no Ouroboros. It didn't like have any like crazy arguments or super interesting. So it's not getting the knife. If you didn't like it, you think it was more style than substance, you can give it a turd. That would be fair. Am I going to give it a yay or nay is the question. Yeah, it's going to get, I'll say, was this a fun little competent article? I'm going to give it a yes because the last time we read something on this, it was a no. And that one was talking about the emotions of the chatbots. And they were saying you're going to have to make it less emotional. Or less emotionally affect, like you have to like take the human out of it. And that was a stupid response because no one's going to do that. And this paper at least knew better. So I'm going to say vote yay. Because this one at least knows a little bit better. So I'm going to give this a little 2 brain dance, 1 existential scream, and a vote yay on this. Because, it's okay. It wasn't bad. Thank you, Frank. Thank you, DCI, again, for giving a rating. Now, I appreciate what Retheus was saying. I was thinking about what you said once. You said is like a out of 10 or out of 5 not good enough for me. And the truth is it's not. I mean, I will have like a bit of a simpler rating system at some point, or just like, a count of how many yays or whatever it gets. That's a good point, but I need to have more sort of, information embedded. And so I really like my review system at the moment. I may, switch it up one of these days. But everyone, of course, hey, thank you for reviewing Valpo. Everyone is welcome to, have an opinion. And, again, this goes on. I'll have a website. It'll go up just with like your name and like what you said. The AI training test was a fun and not so fun fact for me. Exactly. But that's what the brain dance is for, is it gives you like a little bit of a, interesting brain ideas. Not necessarily a good thing, but Tindarius, give it a yay, thank you, for rating. But like it's that was why this took me so long to come up with good ideas for how to rate this stuff, because I needed to be able to have something that was like, good idea, but not necessarily like a happy idea, but it's like a fun idea, and that's what the brain dance is off Blob Dance. If people have, you'll probably see Blob Dance around for hype in other places. All right, I'll leave the screen up, the review screen up for another minute or so, or a few seconds. I'm thinking about this review screen. I made this as fast as I could because just get it done. But like I kind of want like a timer on it, so people can know how long they have to get their review in and things like that. DCI says, I wonder if they soon will add authorization levels and data classification to large language models. They're going to have to do something. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like, we already have access to small data models or not very good chatbots, like more people, but these very large ones, I mean, there's only a few out there and only a few people have access to them. What the fuck, Cinesemiotics? Oh yeah, thank you for reviewing also. What do we got here? Okay, so Vipers, is this just like, how do I review? You got it. No, the review's done. So this is your review is that, like 2 chats ago where you have the brain dance and the yay? Oh, the vote yay. It's a vote yay without the space. So, but like that it will if you type in vote yay now, it'll record that. Yeah. No, it's vote yay. Yeah. How'd you get it to not work that time? I don't know. Yeah, see, it's a vote, sorry, it's a spelling, capitalization sensitive. I'll fix it for you later. So, yeah, so it's like that without the space in it. It should actually, if you hit like autocomplete, like tab on your keyboard, once you hit vote yay, then it will, like if you hit like vote Y, it will work. Yeah, everyone's like, no space. MDD asks, does the knife carry normative weight as it butchered the argument, negative or slice? No, it's a slice and dice. It's a positive. It's a slice and dice. It's not the golden turd is, yeah, all right. I'll fix it later, Cinesemiotics. All right, it's funny. Yeah, just try it out. It should pop up in chat before you hit enter. That's the only one that's it's a Twitch global emote. You can just go into your regular emotes and find it at the bottom. Okay? That's the only one that's Twitch regular. Like the other ones are see, this is the problem. I didn't put vote yay on the screen here. There's another thing I had to fix. Like all the other ones have it listed there. I didn't do that for vote yay and vote nay because I was making it and I didn't really know how to do it at the time. So I was like, this is my fault. No, it's my fault, like in the end. But what was I saying? Okay, so I'll fix it. You don't got to worry about it. Yeah, so you're on iPhone. Okay, I see. So like this is the thing. Another difficulty. How am I supposed to handle people on different screens? Very difficult problem. But yeah. Thank you, everybody, for trying to help. And that's it for the review. And what do we have from not Cine?